Welcome to Sidewalk Shenanigans. My name is Justin Green. We will be asking students if they could punch a family member in the face over Thanksgiving, who that family member would be. Maybe Snoopy wants to punch Charlie Brown in the face. You never know. There might be some undisputed rivalry, violence going on in that family. So stay tuned, and we'll get to the bottom of this mystery. You go home for Thanksgiving break, and something happens with a family member, and you just want to punch them in the face. What family member is this?
Oh my gosh, that'd definitely be my grandmother.
All right, and why is that?
I just swear she's crazy.
Like in a cool way or a crazy you scare me
crazy.
way?
She scares me.
That's terrible. You're scared of your they're supposed to be sweet and make you cookies.
Not this one.
That's awful. So why would y'all get in a fight?
Oh, everything's just gotta be her way. I mean, to be honest.
That is terrible. All right, so Thanksgiving's coming up. You and said family member get in a fight.
Okay, so probably me and my sister.
You and your sister, so y'all are boxing. Why would you and your sister box?
She ate my roll.
She ate your roll. So who would win out of that fight?
Probably me.
Give me a little play-by-play.
Like uppercut, then punch to the face. Maybe like a knee in there,
All right. Clifford! I need to ask you a question for the J-TAC. If you could fight any one of your family members during Thanksgiving, who would it be? Why? I love you. You go home for Thanksgiving. Everything is cool. You're sitting there eating some turkey, watching some football. Then something happens with a family member, and it just drives you crazy. You want to punch them in the face. What family member is this?
Probably have to be one of my aunts, because she asks me like 1,000 questions every time I go home. She asks me more questions than my mom. And seeing how we're not that tight-knit aunt, and yeah, it's just really awkward, and sometimes it gets frustrating because she constantly asking me about my grades and all that good stuff, and like I barely even know her.
That's a little awkward, so yeah. I definitely understand it. You go home for Thanksgiving, right? You're sitting there eating some turkey, watching the game, just hanging out. Family member walks in the door, and it drives you crazy. You want to punch this family member in the face. What family member is this?
It would be my mama, but she's dead.
That is awful.
She's really horrible.
Next family member.
My uncle.
And why would you want to punch your uncle in the face?
He's selfless and doesn't plan well, so if he just walks in, it's unexpected.
All right, totally understandable. So he would eat all the food and not bring any?
He's Russian. He eats everything.
All right, understandable. All right, well, thank you all very much. And myjtac.com, we're the greatest newspaper ever. And thanks for letting me interrupt that. What's going on? I need to ask you a question. Most important question you will ever hear in your life.
What?
All right, so this is for the J-TAC. I hope you don't get offended or anything. I don't know why you would, but all right. So you go home for Thanksgiving, right? Everything's cool. Then a family member walks in the door, and it just drives you crazy. You want to punch them in the face. What family member is this?
My 15-year-old cousin.
And why? Is it a guy or a girl cousin?
A girl.
Why do you want to punch your 15-year-old girl cousin in the face?
Because she's a 15-year-old girl.
That is totally understandable. Clifford, I love you. You go home for Thanksgiving. Everything is cool. Then something happens with a family member, and it's like that noise when somebody scrapes a chalkboard with their fingernails. It just drives you crazy. What family member is this?
Probably my little cousin.
All right. And what would you do to your little cousin?
I'd probably chase him around the house.
All right. And what if you catch him?
Beat him up.
All right. And what would he do that would make you beat him up?
Well, he's really annoying. He just likes to bug me all the time.
That's what little cousins do. You go home for Thanksgiving, and something happens with a family member, and you want to punch them in the face. What family member is that?
None of them. That's horrible.
Honestly, you are the first person all day that have said none of them. So, do you have a cool family?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I'm so happy that there's at least one cool family left in the world. That's it for this week's edition of Sidewalk Shenanigans. Tune in next week where we probably won't be here because we'll be punching family members in the face for Thanksgiving.